Hey everyone, and welcome back to the vlog. I am Tom, and today we are going to be doing something just a little bit different with the channel than normal. Instead of going over poker hands like I usually do, I'm going to be completing a semester-long project that I was assigned in my Texas government class at South Texas College. So for this project, I was tasked with analyzing and interpreting a policy in the state of Texas, finding out how it affects citizens of Texas, and figuring out the positive and negative results of the said policy. So naturally, I decided to do this project on the state of legal poker in Texas. And I am super interested and excited to go over it, and I hope you guys all enjoy it. So let's go ahead and jump right in. In order to get this project started, I realized that the first thing I would need to do is to figure out what the current laws on the books specifically say about poker in Texas. Now first I had to figure out what they say about gambling, and the Texas definition of a bet is agreeing to win or lose something of value based solely or partially on chance. So this includes table games, card games, sports betting, horse and dog races, slot machines, lottery, and scratch tickets. Okay, so in Texas, I know you're allowed to play the lottery, you're allowed to buy scratch tickets, and you're allowed to go to the dog and horse races to take bets. So what is different about poker? Well, when it comes to casinos, the law specifically prohibits keeping a gambling place, with an exception for casinos on native land, which there are 3 currently in Texas. Card playing and other activities falls under the category of social gambling in Texas, and this specifically prohibits the house from taking a cut or rake from the proceeds. Also under the law, gambling must be done in a private place. And the only person to receive any economic benefit must be the winner of the bet. The chances of winning or losing must be even to all participants. In 2015, Texas poker player and son of successful oil lobbyist Sam Von Kennel decided to take a bet on an idea he'd had and opened the first seemingly legal card room in Texas. By making it a private club, charging a membership fee, and having members pay for the time they spent at the table, the Texas Card House ushered in a new paradigm and the floodgates had opened. Within 4 years of the first card house opening, more than 30 similar clubs had opened successfully across the state. Everything was running smoothly for card houses in Texas until the spring of 2019, when several houses in the Houston area were raided by police and SWAT teams, having their bank accounts frozen and shutting down the clubs. The owners were arrested and charged with felony money laundering and engaging in organized crime. The Harris County District Attorney issued this statement regarding the raids. Poker rooms are illegal in the state of Texas, and we are changing the paradigm. Houston Police Chief tried to justify this act by saying that poker drives organized crime and fuels other criminal activity. During this time, police froze $10 million in bank accounts and seized $200,000 in cash from the card houses. Eventually, charges would be dropped against them, but the damage had already been done. Poker rooms were now uncertain about their standings, and owners began to fear for their businesses. Intersocial Card Clubs of Texas, or SCOT, a lobbying collective formed to, quote, benefit Texas communities by promoting responsible social card play. During the 2018 legislative session, lobbyists from SCOT introduced House Bill 2669, which would, quote, provide additional framework under which the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation will further regulate social gaming establishments, end quote. In other words, it would protect card houses by law and allow them to be regulated by the state in order to operate free of the fear of further intervention. So I decided to investigate. I wanted to see firsthand if these clubs really were a danger to the community. I visited a local card house, the House Club Poker Room and Lounge in Edinburgh, Texas, to observe the environment and see if these clubs really do drive organized crime and fuel criminal activity. And what I found was something very different. The House Club is a mom and pop establishment run by a local businessman and his wife. Men and women alike compete for the daily cash prizes, and there's a sense of camaraderie around the room as the members battle each other for the thousands of dollars up for grabs. I spoke with a few of the members to get their take on what the clubs had to offer. One idea came up over and over again: community.
And actually, not often people who seem terribly upset about losing money that they've spent. You know, this is a pretty laid-back place. Hell, I don't even get that upset when I lose, because most of the people here I like losing to. Like, it doesn't bother me. You know, there's folks that I don't mind.
Don Jennings is a consultant for a national nonprofit organization whose work regularly brings him to South Texas. When Don first came to the Valley, he didn't know anyone or have any family around. He stumbled upon the card room out of sheer curiosity and soon found himself with an engaging new hobby. Don told me that he appreciates the atmosphere and transparency provided by the club, citing the overall environment as a key reason he continues to be a member.
As a local business, this is as heartwarming and welcoming and community supportive as I can think, right? From the owners on down, they're engaged at every level personally with the folks who walk through the door, and they're motivated and committed to giving back to the community.
A part of the community outreach that Don referenced was a recent toy drive that the club participated in. They collected dozens of Christmas presents for underprivileged children. I asked Don what he thought about the legislation. He brought up a concern that I hadn't considered until then.
If this is legitimized legislatively as a business, then my guess would be it'd be very likely that you'd probably see change. In its current setup, you know, with individual business owners setting up places like this. But if this was McPokers, you know, that had their 15 outlets throughout the Valley, that would be a very different thing. I'm not sure I'd go play at McPokers. Right.
I also had a chance to sit down with club owner Robert Espericueta to discuss his thoughts on both the legislation and the community built around the club.
This is a community that has been chastised for being underground and for being something ugly or shady, and our club's primary function is to change that. This facility is a shell. It's just a building, you know? What we do is we offer, to the best of our abilities, the service of poker and the teaching of poker through conversation, through interaction, through playing the game. Since we have that audience, and since there was such a small demand for people to feel comfortable and safe, we established this place. Now, I quickly realized that I didn't want to compete with poker rooms. I wanted to build a community. And this was a home run. But in terms of camaraderie, of common grounds and goals amongst, for all intents and purposes, strangers. The unification of people that come here as a unit is profound. The people that are in here, some of them are pillars of our community. You know, and when I say pillars of our community, a stronger pillar than our political pillars. These are the pillars that come in and fix your car when it breaks down, you know? And some of them are the ones that defend you when you don't know what to say when a judge is asking you questions, you know? Some of them are officers that police things, such as our border walls, such as you know, our city towns and our highways. So what happens is that the people come here and they they shred all of their personas and they leave it at the door, because when you come into a poker room, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're a multi-millionaire. It doesn't matter whether you don't have two nickels to rub together. You are offered the same dignity and respect as anybody at that table. So people come here for that.
So, at the end of the day, would legal poker in Texas be a good thing? Well, it's hard to say. I mean, the people who are fighting against it definitely have legitimate reasons. Gambling addiction is a very real thing, and it's reasonable for businesses to not want gambling establishments in their office parks. And you know what? There probably are some poker rooms out there that are run by organized crime and do breed criminal activity. But that's not the whole story. From what I've seen of the clubs in Texas, players come to find a sense of community and camaraderie. And if they play their cards right, they take home a couple extra bucks at the end of the night. Plus, they give back to their communities, make new friends, all under the roofs of poker clubs. So, would legislation solve all of these problems? Probably not, but it would legitimize them, and it would ease the minds of the people who are providing this service to the community. So thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a comment. I'd love to hear what people think about this issue. I know that there's been a lot of talk about it in the last couple of years, especially here in Texas. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Come back to the channel. I will be going back to Poker Hands next week. I can promise you that. I have the finale of the Halloween tournament coming up very soon to see what happens. And I look forward to it. So you guys get out there and grind, and we'll see you next time.